Tall, pale, with long, wet black hair and a smudged, obscured face. At first, I chalked it up to imagination, but one day I saw her, not in the mirror, but beside it in its reflection. I spun around. Nothing.
You are listening to the Fearcast. This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill.
My name is Claire Mercer. I'm 37, single, and a freelance interior stylist, living alone in Northern California. People always say I'm too pretty to be alone, hazel eyes, but I've always preferred solitude, thoughtful until last summer. It started with a vintage brass-framed mirror I picked up at an estate sale. I placed it in my hallway, basking in the golden hour light, thinking it looked perfect. But soon strange things began. I'd catch flickers in the reflection shadows, movements, and then a woman. Tall, pale, with long, wet black hair and a smudged, obscured face. At first, I chalked it up to imagination, working from home and spending too much time alone. But one day I saw her, not in the mirror, but beside it in its reflection. I spun around. Nothing. I removed the mirror, stored it in the garage, and tried to forget. That night, the doorbell rang. No one was there. Then came the dripping, steady, impossible to trace. My hallway felt colder, unsettled. I found wet footprints leading to where the mirror used to hang, though my house was locked and the alarm silent. Whispers soon echoed from the garage. When I checked, the mirror had turned around on its own. She stood inside it, closer than ever. Her face now half visible, her mouth sewn shut. The next few days were a waking nightmare. Electronics failed. My phone is distorted near the mirror. My landline would ring with only wet, raspy breathing on the other end. I called a junk service. The man who came looked thoughtful, shaken. The mirror's previous owner, he told me, had drowned, found stitched up in her tub days after her death. I tried to move on, drank too much, told myself it was trauma. But the next morning, the mirror was back on my doorstep. No note, no explanation. Just its fogged surface, as if someone had been breathing on it. When I called the junk service again, they said they'd never come. That night, the whispers spread, reflected in every screen and glossy surface. I covered everything, mirrors, TVs, my phone. It didn't help. On the fifth night, I saw her face, fully sunken eyes, gray, wrinkled skin, mouth sewn shut with black thread, reflected in my powered-off phone. She wasn't trying to haunt me. She wanted to trade places. My dreams turned to drowning, screams underwater, being pulled into darkness. I fled, moving to a smaller home with no mirrors, no reflections. But it wasn't over. A single photo, of myself, hidden in a drawer, betrayed me. When I opened it, the reflection wasn't mine. She stood behind me. I burned the photo. Still, the dripping returned from inside the walls. My shower turned on by itself. Once, my reflection lingered when I moved. Desperate, I called a medium. She told me the woman hadn't drowned by accident. Someone held her under, sealed her mouth so her screams wouldn't escape. She saw freedom in me. The only way to stop her was to break the reflection. I destroyed everything reflective. But the mirror had returned inside, waiting. I struck it with a hammer. It cracked. Then she stepped out as her stitches tore open. I don't remember what happened next. I woke up soaked and cold on the floor. The mirror was whole again, but I wasn't in the reflection anymore. She was. Now I'm inside it. If you're reading this, don't look into antique mirrors. If you already have, cover it, burn it. Don't let her see you.